This is behavioral drift number 15. It's called news. If you hear a sound followed by a lapse, a gap, the sound does not end when it stops. It goes on in the mind. You can still hear it, even while I am talking. An after image. Even when I am not talking, there will probably be other unintended sounds. These, together with the talking, form a colored quasi-null space, a type of silence, within which there are heard projective sound cells and after images. The after image of a sound cell repeats or continues. Is it the same or different? Does it distort? Can you repeat it at will? Does the mind create it anew? Does it contract or extend? Is there something more? Something that follows? But sometimes, when you have stopped listening and there is no new sound, you are waiting, perhaps anticipating the next sound, or have become anxious or impatient, perhaps thinking other thoughts, or have become judgmental or lost. When you are waiting, this is still part of the music. A sound cell may have certain characteristics that cause it to be recognizable. Aside from its pitches, its intervals, its rhythm, or its velocity or length, such as it ascends, or descends, or is speckled, or unchanging. Then it is called a prototype. Some prototypes have more than one part. This particular prototype, which bends slowly upwards and then suddenly shifts further up into a short, ugly swell, which may or may not be followed by one or more trace hillocks or mounded wisps, is called the stranger. If an event is engendered in the north, it is a northern prototype, and it is of a northern temperament.
It is cold in the north. The dead must be removed to the north, which waits for them. It is cold in the north. The dead must be removed to the north, which waits for them. It is cold in the north. The dead must be removed to the north.
If the same event occurs to the east, it will still be a variant of that prototype, but with an eastern
temperament. The dead are resentful. When the north
and the east has its own prototype as well,
the spirit arises,
which can easily
and also the intellect.
differentiated from that of the north.
The weather is unpredictable. east. The spirit arises, and also the intellect. One is rarely born.
There is also a way of
There is
the
dancing
West
in the west,
with
and
its
singing, but
prototype.
it is a faraway place, best only for adventurers and gamesmen. There is
And in the
dancing
deepest
in the west.
south,
To the south lies heat and madness. All is abandoned to the flames. To the
when a
south
set of
lies
all
heat and
different
madness.
prototypes, each from its own location or depot, are all sounding simultaneously as a continuum, then that is called a behavior.
And west is west. There is
A
dancing
behavior is a bijection of set of prototypes into a set of depots. The 12 different notes in the form of 3 pitch triples is used in making up the prototypes that can be changed on specific cues.
And west is west. There is dancing in the streets and much frenzy. When the south remains
Now,
south,
if the southern prototype is shifted to the northern
dust
depot,
and moles are covered
while the
with
western
ice.
prototype is shifted to the
Moves to the
east,
north. When west moves east, there is
and the
a
northern
degree of
prototype is shifted to the south,
moves to the south, flames erupt.
as the
Great
eastern
fear.
prototype is shifted to the west,
Moves west.
each
It enters
depot
into a false spirit.
has a new and different prototype, but the overall behavioral content remains the same.
There is great fear.
It is the
The
same
south moves to the
behavior.
north. It loses
Such a
heat.
multiple shift to a new, same behavioral configuration surrounding you is called a behavioral drift.
False spirit loses its intellectual edge.
Drift
because
number
of the
3.
When north is moved to the east, the dead are not let be. The dead are judged and analyzed. The dead are resentful. When east moves to the north, the spirit and intellect are
Drift
transmogrified.
number
The
4.
residue of the spirit and intellect. When north moves to the west, there is a crime rate. Things are out of control.
Drift
When west
number
moves to the
5.
north, bombs
There
are
are
hurled.
24 possible behavioral configurations of 4 different prototypes into 4 depots, and thousands of ways of combining them into a behavioral chain of any size.
They are not let be.
Drift number
The dead are
6.
judged and analyzed.
Without warning, a second ensemble of depots may be introduced, having a completely different set of behavioral prototypes, drifts, and rules.
There is a burst of creativity, sudden expectations.
It is possible for all depots to transform a drift, such as drift 6, into a kaleidophonic sprawl, that is, an overall agglomeration of segments and particles drawn from a fragmentation of all the prototypes used in this behavioral drift. And back again, but into behavioral drift number 1.
It remains cold.
It is also possible for all depots to come to agreement
It is cold in the north.
on a single prototype, and the stranger can travel, may appear in any locale, may dance with some, make secret pacts with others, may walk among the dead, or abandon himself to the flames of madness. The stranger is all pervasive.
The stranger is all pervasive. The stranger will come.
He will come to carry you away.
The stranger may travel from depot to depot. The stranger will come to carry you away.